We spoke to a family who says they've been visiting Lake Mead for more than 15 years. But with these low water levels and the discovery of bodies, they say Lake Mead is no longer what it used to be.
The ever-receding waters of Lake Mead revealing yet another grim find.
There is a slow rise in Lake Mead's water levels that might eventually uncover more human remains at the Nevada reservoir. Lake Mead, a massive artificial reservoir carved out of the rugged Modav desert landscape, boasts more than 550 miles of shoreline and is twice the size of Rhode Island. Last summer, the water level of Lake Mead fell dramatically as a result of the drought that has plagued the region for years. The Hoover Dam's turbines were close to a dead pool, where levels became too low to power the turbines. In August, Lake Mead was only 27% full with water levels at 1,043 feet. In recent weeks, excessive rain has hit the region, causing water levels to rise, sparking hope for a recovery. Nevertheless, experts argue that the rising levels also have a macabre side effect of exposing human remains at the bottom. More discoveries are expected to be revealed as changing water levels cause a band of erosion around the reservoir's surface due to high energy in the water. Expert reveals that over time, the erosion could expose objects buried at the bottom of the lake. Some of those objects might be human remains. There are a lot of victims that have drowned over the years and never recovered because they drowned in 200+ feet of water and did not come back up. You would recall that since May of last year, 5 sets of human remains have been discovered as the water levels dropped. The media has reported that hundreds more could be exposed over time, including drowning victims since the lake was created in the 1930s. A barrel containing human remains was discovered last year, along with another set of remains. It was reported in Newsweek that police suspected that the remains contained those of a mob victim who was shot during a robbery. Because the barrel had corroded over time, the human remains were visible inside. The person was believed to have been killed between the mid-70s and the early 80s. This is based on the clothing and footwear found on the victim's remains. A jawbone was crossed by Melvin and her sister as they were paddleboarding. Thinking the bone belonged to a sheep, the sisters dug around it. Soon after, they realized they had discovered human remains and notified the authorities. Investigators analyzed the remains and found that they were those of Thomas, a man who drowned in the lake in 2002. 6 human remains have been discovered in the lake so far. Experts also believe that in spite of the fact that rising levels of water may contribute to erosion and lead to the discovery of human remains at the bottom of the lake, it is most likely that they will not be discovered until the same levels fall again. As the waters receded, a boat from World War II was found. The boat was identified as a Higgins landing craft dating back to the First World War. Approximately 1,500 of these boats were used on D-Day, June 6, 1944. Scientists also reported a discovery on Lake Mead's dry bed. Rocks laced with volcanic ash that rained down on southern Nevada during explosive eruptions roughly 12 million years ago. The University of Las Vegas, Nevada reported finding volcanic ash on the lake's exposed rock. There are 12 layers of ash, preserved in layers. The last time these ash layers were out in the open air was in the early 1930s before the Hoover Dam was built. The volcanic ash samples analysed by researchers are at most 12 million years old, which is relatively young according to geological time scales. Volcanic ash is a health hazard as it can cause breathing problems and irritate the eyes and skin. It can also contaminate the water supply, interfere with the operation of the electrical systems, and kill plants. The ongoing drought in the western United States has been one of the driest stretches seen in the US in the past 1,200 years. Scientists are putting it mainly down to human-driven climate change. The lake is in a declining state, which should be taken seriously because of its economic importance, providing water to over 25 million people in California, Nevada, and Arizona. The recent rainfall is unlikely to be a long-term solution for the lake. The region continues to grapple with mostly dry conditions, and the water levels are still incredibly low compared to the same point last year. At the beginning of 2022, the lake's water levels were at 1,066 feet. What more discoveries are hidden under the river? That's a question many people are skeptical to answer. While these remains are being discovered, lake goers are questioning whether or not it is safe to continue to visit the lake. With the significantly low levels and the discovery of bodies, many families who loved visiting the lake have expressed sad comments that the lake is no longer what it used to be. People would have to think twice before visiting the lake, especially if they have to bring kids along. Lake Mead's water levels have risen slightly with an influx of heavy rainfall, but will that be enough to save the rapidly drying up reservoir? Let's be on the watch for more bodies. That's it for this video. Thank you for stopping by. We hope to see you again. Be sure to like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube page.